If a man were to step back and reflect on his life, what might stand out is that he has been with a number of women who were not very stable. These women would then have been all at sea emotionally. As a result, when he was with a woman like this, he would have probably spent a lot of time feeling drained. The reason for this is that he would have had to direct a lot of his energy toward trying to calm her down. His nervous system would then have been doing its best to try to keep him calm and to do what it could to try to keep his girlfriend calm. Of course, this would have put a lot of pressure on him. He would then have been in a relationship with another adult, but it would have been as though he was in a relationship with a child. Once this relationship came to an end, it might have taken him a while to find his feet again. When he was with her, she might have often been angry, frustrated, and sad, for instance. If this was the case, he would have done his best to calm her down and cheer her up. However, there could be more to it than this, as there might have been times when she was aggressive, violent, and rejecting. Thanks to this, in addition to trying to calm her down, there is also likely to have been moments when he felt anxious, fearful, and rejected. Along with being more like a parent, he would have also been with someone who he felt uncomfortable with and couldn't relax around. He then wouldn't have been in a war zone, but he might have felt as though he was in one. And when she wasn't unstable, he might have still found it hard to relax. The reason for this is that, based on what had taken place, he would have known that it wouldn't be long until she would erupt again. He would then have spent a lot of time walking on eggshells and had the need to keep his guard up. This would have stopped him from being able to deeply connect to her, but it would have also protected him. If he hadn't adapted in this way, he would have been hurt even more. Therefore, in addition to it taking time for him to find his feet again after his time with her came to an end, it would have also taken him a while to drop his guard and open up again. After thinking about what it has been like in this area of his life, he could believe that this is just what women are like. He then has two choices. Either he goes with a woman like this and suffers, or he stays single and avoids having to suffer in this way. Some of his needs will be met if he does go with a woman, but he will pay a big price. And if he stays single, certain needs won't be met, but he won't pay this price. Most likely, he will want to be with a woman, but not a woman who is like this. But while it may seem as if this is just what women are like, what if there is far more to it? What if this is not just what women are like, and he is choosing to be with women who are like this? If he were to hear this, he could say that this is not true, as he doesn't want to be with women who are like this. What he will need to keep in mind at this point is that there is the conscious part of him, and then there is the unconscious part of him. Thus, as he wants one thing, but ends up with something else entirely, it is likely to show that this other hidden part of him wants something else. This part of him is bigger and far more powerful, which is why it has the biggest influence on his life. At this level, he can have the need to receive the love that he missed out on from his mother. Undoubtedly, his developmental years will be over, so it will be too late for him to receive this love. But as this other part of him has no sense of time and is blind, it won't realize this. This part of him will cause him to be attracted to and have relationships with women who are very similar to his mother, so that he can struggle for the love that he missed out on. At this stage of his life, his mother was probably emotionally unstable and out of reach. During his formative years, he would have been greatly deprived and deeply wounded. To handle what took place, his brain would have repressed how he felt and a number of his needs, and he would have developed a disconnected and outer-directed false self. This outer-directed false self would have involved him doing what he could to calm his mother down and to make sure that he didn't unsettle her. Instead of being connected to himself, he would have had to be attuned to her needs and feelings and keep his guard up to minimize the hurt that he experienced. He was then the child and needed to receive, but he was forced to be like a parent and to give. Most likely, his mother had been greatly deprived and deeply wounded during her formative years, leaving her in a traumatized state. Taking this into account, for this area of his life to change, he is going to need to let go of his need to be loved by his mother. For this to take place, he will have beliefs to question, pain to face and work through, and unmet developmental needs to experience. This will take courage, patience, and persistence. If you would like to find out more about the services that I offer, please go to www.oliverjrcooper.co.uk or email me at info@oliverjrcooper.co.uk, and I'm looking forward to assisting you on your journey.